I'm Matt Kaufax, and welcome to the 360 tour of Newhouse. I'm standing here in the center courtyard, which connects all three Newhouse fixtures. To my left is Newhouse 1, where we have a lot of our audio and photo labs. Directly behind me sits Newhouse 2, which contains the Dick Clark Studios, the Innovation Lab. A lot of our broadcasting work actually comes out through here. To my right is the newest building, Newhouse 3, where we are continually pushing the boundaries of media innovation. Thank you for choosing Newhouse, and enjoy the tour.
Hi, welcome to Newhouse 1. So named in 1964, Newhouse was one of the first schools to offer classes in broadcast journalism and later in television. One of the coolest things about Newhouse is that a person on the first floor can talk to the person on any other floor. Hi, Carla.
Hey, Kyle. This building is also where Lyndon B. Johnson gave his Gulf of Tonkin speech. The building represents Syracuse's first steps towards innovation in journalism.
Not only that, Newhouse 1 was the first place where the broadcast and television, radio, and film schools met in the same area. It represents part of the school's cooperation with local radio stations like WAER and its efforts to get students out of the classroom and into the field. As Samuel Newhouse said, a free press has to be fortified with knowledge of the outside world, and that's exactly what Newhouse 1 does.
My fellow Americans, as President and Commander-in-Chief, it is my duty to the American people to report that renewed hostile actions against United States ships on the high seas in the Gulf of Tonkin have today required me to order the military forces of the United States to take action in reply. The initial attack on the destroyer Maddox on August 2nd.
Hi, I'm Carla Sertin, and this is Dick Clark Studios. It's the latest part of Newhouse 2. It was renovated in 2012 as part of the $18 million given to Newhouse to renovate its studios and to give a better experience for broadcast students in specific. This space is a great place for broadcast students to learn the tricks of the trade before going out into the job market, whether as an anchor, as a reporter, weatherman, or entertainment or sports segments. You'll see the money is being put to really good use. This is a state-of-the-art facility. To the left and right of the screen, you'll see automated cameras, which move around the newscast based on the segment that it's in, making the job that much easier. To the left, also, you'll see a green screen, which allows capturing the weather and adding VFX and CGI to the newscast. Up above, it's a quite intricate light grid, which is connected to a control panel over on the left. What it does is it changes the lighting based on the segment of the newscast, because you'll want your anchor to be lit differently than your weatherman or your other reporters. To the right, you'll also see a talk show style couch setting to give a different experience for reporters working maybe in sports or entertainment fields. This studio is just one of the latest innovations in Newhouse's history of innovation. Syracuse University was actually one of the first in the country to have a student-run radio station, WAER, which functions to this day and gives students much needed experience before going out into the job market. Feel free to look around the space and explore. There's a lot to see and a lot to look at, and we'll continue the tour later.
Gal over here, as I introduced you, said, I didn't know he sang. Now, a lot of people don't know that. What is your background for that sort of thing?
Well, I'm from New Jersey, which is back east.
A lot of singers from New Jersey, yeah.
And in order to survive in New York City...
Hello and welcome to the Innovation Lab. This room represents Syracuse's most recent steps in continuing to innovate in the fields of communication studies. Here, students get to experiment with everything, ranging from 360 video to robotics, even virtual reality. And who better to explain the space than the students who work here?
360 videos are being used more and more often by big media outlets like the New York Times or the Sundance Film Festival because they allow the audience to feel like they've been completely transported to a different place. Here at the Innovation Lab, we can actually create 360 videos by stitching together footage from 6 different cameras. And if video isn't enough for you, we can also create and explore virtual worlds. The Oculus Rift headset is just one of many virtual reality technologies that we have access to here, which allow us to do just that. That's the great thing about this space. I can actually jump into my project and walk around in it.
Syracuse is home to the Skyworks project, which is a student-run startup. Students use these drones to create amazing films. Drones are used by filmmakers and other creators to produce other films that ordinary cameras can't produce.
And if robotics aren't your speed, then the Vive is definitely for you. The Vive, with its 3D mapping and paddles, allows you to interact, build, and create, all within a virtual environment and without leaving the comfort of your own home. As you can see on the screen over here, Evan is actually interacting with a bunch of robots in a cubicle environment. Those paddles allow him to pick up, destroy, throw, and shift objects around in the world in real time. It's just one of the amazing things that this software does. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. This brings our tour of Newhouse to an end. Feel free to enjoy the space. I know there's a lot going on around you. You might want to be checking out, a little bit curious, I know. But until next time, I'm Kyle Ott. This has been a Supergroup production, and thank you so much for joining us.
But the thing to remember is that virtual reality as it exists today is still pretty primitive compared to what we want it to be. The more exciting thing is where it's going to go in the future. Because virtual reality, brought to its ultimate conclusion, isn't just a new form of television or a new type of screen. It's an entirely new medium that can simulate all of the past ones and stand alone as its own set of experiences.